Hello and welcome to another in our, or should I say, the final for this year in our Youth in Action series. And it's also the finale for our Youth Month focus. And what an awesome treat. We have our fifth Thursday, final fifth Thursday in the month of November, which is being celebrated as the Year of Youth. That's a youth theme, the Year of Youth, and trending for sustainable development, I believe it is. But we're putting a spin on it in this space, Serenity Resource Connector space for this series. And we are trending for a cause. And we are going to be hearing from our youth. What causes are youth trending for? And I got this youth from our Clarendon youth Parish Youth Council group. I see them using this one quite a bit, and that's a trend. And there are so many others, but we'll hear from them what are some of the trends that they see and how they've been utilizing them. Just in case you are new to this space, I am Winsome, and it's always a pleasure to facilitate these discussions, to create space for our young people so that they can share what it is that they're working on, what are some of the challenges that they're experiencing, what's the kind of support that they would like to garner from community. And we do this every fifth Thursday. And I indicated earlier, this is the final fifth Thursday for 2023. And so it's our grand finale for this year in the Youth in Action series. So joining me on screen is none other than Roger Lewis, no stranger to the Serenity Resource Connector space. And he is on overtime as the president for the Clarendon Parish Youth Council. They were supposed to have their AGM, but that will be coming up Sunday, December 2nd, is it?
December 3rd.
December 3rd, right. So is this your final? Can you go back for re-election?
Yeah, I can go back two more terms because I have straight up until 29. Yeah. Okay. I'm young, just look old.
Who says you look old? All right. So I would not be surprised if Roger is still at the helm. I'm hoping that there's a successor or successors in the wing. Hey, Cecilia, good night. Thank you so much for joining us. Getting your popcorn. All right, fantastic. All right, get some water as well so you don't choke on those popcorns. Okay. All right, we also have joining us Shanicia Daly, who have graced this space before. She is Miss Clarendon Festival Queen 2023. Welcome back, Shanicia.
I'm happy to be here.
Awesome. And we are hoping that Shavana will get her connection sorted out so she can join us. I'm really looking forward to having our farm queen in this space. This has been long in coming, and we want to make sure that our farm queen gets a platform where she can share, because not many of us know much about the farm queen competition. We know a lot about the festival queen because that's been highlighted in this space since the inception of the program. And so we want to give the farm queen an opportunity to share what the competition is all about and what her specific cause is and how she has been trending or hope to be trending for her cause. Amazing. All right, so she's coming back in a little bit, but until she joins us, Shanicia, fun fact about Shanicia.
Fun fact about Shanicia, I am absolutely in love with cats. I love cats. At one point, I had 7 cats. Yeah, that's it. I love cats.
Wow. Okay. Sounds like you were about to run a cat nursery. Fun fact about Roger.
Fun fact about Reggie, I enjoy nature. Yeah, I'm very adventurous, like to take a lot of risk. Yeah, so when you can't find me down on the flat, in the hills at a river, or spring, or climbing a mountain, something adventurous.
Oh, that's really cool. And Shavana Ellis is with us.
Everyone.
And all right, welcome, Shavana, Miss Clarendon Farm Queen 2023. Fun fact about Shavana,
So, fun fact about me is that I'm a very reserved person and I'm a lover of animals, especially goats.
especially
Goats.
goats. Okay, that's an interesting one. Interesting, very interesting. Right. Okay. And it makes sense because you are our farm queen. So we expect that you're doing something on the farm. All right. Amazing. All right. So, what are some current trends among the youth? Raji.
Wow, I know that TikTok has, trust me, taking over. Unlike me, who them call the uncle of the group. I am not on TikTok, so it's hard for me to keep up with these trends. But I know that especially a lot of dancing trend is on TikTok, showcasing our young people, so them versatile, and they can dance and things. So it's a good platform, for them to promote themselves, promote their brand, showcase their talent.
All right. Fantastic. So, Shanicia, what are some of the trends that you have observed outside of
Okay,
TikTok?
I'm going to talk about TikTok actually, but I'm targeting a specific group. The name is the High Flames Dancers. So it's a group of young people who dance to specific trends. They have their own music as well. And I think right now they're extremely influential because once they pop up on my For You page and you see thousands of persons commenting, liking their videos, wanting to be a part of what they're doing, and even persons mimicking the names. So, for example, I would go on TikTok and name myself Shanicia Hyphenames just to be a part of that group. And so, I believe that even those of us who, have particular interests, particular stuff that we want to do, we can do it through them because whatever they do, persons are going to see it for sure. Let's say we want to do a recycling campaign, for example, and we make a jingle and we have them dance to this jingle. That would be 1,000 persons looking at that particular video and wanting to be a part of it just because these are persons that are influential to them. So big up to the High Flames crew. I watch their videos, wonderful dancers, a lot of vibe, a lot of energy, and I haven't seen anything negative, so I admire that about them. It's just literally dancing and having fun, and it brings laughter, it brings joy, and I do believe, as I said before, that if we can get those persons to promote our causes for us, trust me, we'll be going all over Jamaica.
Shavana, what about you? What are some of the trends that you see among youth?
Yes, TikTok is a very big one nowadays. We have also Instagram. Where in my field, I realize that we have a lot of young people who are posting their farms that they have started, some very small, some are growing. They are sharing their little tips and tricks on how to get certain things done when there's a problem. And we also have persons who, as I do, express our love for animals. Some persons have animals that follow them around, they have their livestock, and they know how to take care of them because they actually observe their animals and give us some insight on how to actually spot problems before it reaches a severe case. Now, in these platforms, we have examples to follow. We actually have a guideline. So if you want to start a business, for instance, a poultry business, we may have someone with a small poultry farm is always posting and saying that in these hot times, you can put ice in the water. And these are the positive things that we should look on at social media.
All right, fantastic. So you all went into how we can leverage. Indeed, I see a Siobhan Ellis here. Are you twins, Shavana? I see a
Repeat,
Siobhan
please.
Ellis. Welcome, Siobhan. Thank you for joining. Yes, keep the comments coming. Stephina Edwards, great topic tonight for the youth. Big up, Raje. I hope I didn't butcher your name. Natalie, thank you for joining. Brilliant youth indeed. All right. So I was sharing with you before we came on screen that initially I was not Serenity Resource Connector when Subwitter was not on TikTok, but I had a guest in this space who suggested that I go on TikTok. So all I do, because I thought initially, all right, you have to be ticking and talking as you talk about the dance video and all of that, and you won't see me over there ticking and talking. But here is what I've discovered by using the different platforms. There is a niche there for all causes because there's so many different people on the platform. I tested it out with my morning devotional, and the number of people I saw liking and saving those 2 minutes devotional, I'm like, okay, there's something here. So I started sharing a little feedback here, sharing the flyers for these weekly programs. Just put a little background music there. And there are some flyers that get over 5,000 views, a still flyer, because of the message. People reaching out, liking and sharing those flyers. So sometimes we underestimate these spaces and figure that, oh, because the thing is being unique and being focused on what your cause is. And so that's what we're talking about now, how we can actually leverage these platforms. So I've shared how I've leveraged the platform for this to promote the space here. So each of you have a cause personally and a part of maybe an organization. How can you leverage these trends? Shanice shared earlier that you can leverage that dance group to actually get her message out to more people. But what other way do you see that you can actually leverage these platforms, these trends for your cause, positive causes in general? Shanice, you have something else to share? Go ahead.
Yes, as you mentioned earlier, there is a crowd for almost everything that you put out there. And I think the first thing you need to do is just share your content. I know some persons are shy when it comes down to social media, but the moment you share it, somebody is going to see it. And even if it is one person that agrees with your cause, even if it is one institution that wants to work with you, that still signifies growth. So I would encourage you to just share your cause, whether it be on Instagram or TikTok. So you can post a picture of you delivering some goods to the homeless, write a message under it. And maybe when you ask persons that are close to you to share this, other persons will come on board saying that they want to be a part of this. So just share your content. That is the first step. If you don't have the funds to reach out to somebody to do promotions for you and to do that and to do this, the initial stage is just to share your content. Reach out to persons who are willing to help you to market your content without any financial aid. And there are persons who are interested in the same thing that you are. You just have to search through these social media sites and find them and reach out to them. And 100% of the time, let me say, 95% of the time, these persons are willing to come on board and help you to share your message. So just start by sharing and then contacting persons who you think can help you. And from there, you will see how much you can grow within that space and how much of an impact you'll be able to make.
Thank you. Shavana?
So to use these trends in a positive way as a leverage, if we create an inclusive environment where nobody feels left out. As I was mentioning before, you have the small farmers and you have the large scale farmers. When we use these platforms to make everybody feel included, there will be a drive to continue. This will also create an environment that will encourage others to join. If we address all the issues that arise in these fields also through video, through educational videos, whether we do them in drama, where it will be more attractive, this will also help to gain the attention of persons, even those outside of our fields. If we make it more interesting to them, it will be more appealing and they would want to try it. And this is where we have more persons trying different things and then they find out that they fall in love with it. And that is where they develop a passion. Through passion, they will thrive in these fields. Now we promote our fields through these platforms because of the heavy follower base. When we use these heavy follower base as strategy, we have persons from every
Shavana,
other
just a
country.
moment. Do you have a fan on near you?
No, I not.
I'm hoping that the viewers are hearing you clearly because there is some distortion, quite a bit of distortion coming through. All right.
Maybe it's the internet connection.
Continue. See if you can take 30 seconds to wrap up your point.
Repeat.
See if you can take 30 seconds to finish your point.
Yes. And I'm saying with these platforms, we have persons outside of our country actually appreciating the things that we do when they watch these videos and are sometimes amused and are now encouraged to even visit. And that will also in another field, which is tourism. So it all ties in at the end of the day.
Okay, great points. I hope the viewers were able to hear you. All right, Reggie, any other way you see that we can leverage the trends?
Let me use the opportunity. I can't stop talking about this TikTok because, especially among young people, I think TikTok is the number one trending app right now. And I have to comment. I came across a video on Instagram the other day. I think it's Choir Perry who has been visiting schools across the corporate area, encouraging young people to be mindful of what they post on social media. And in this day and age, I realize that especially false information is quicker to share than any other information. So social media do have its good and its bad, yeah, and I can't stop but continue to encourage young people to be mindful of what they really post online because trust me, we say that social media is now it's like a digital footstep. It follows you where you go. But it is important that we as I said, be mindful what we post, and also I want to encourage young people, especially for an example, those who might be, want to, let's say, venture into the field of law. Yeah, it is good that we go out and we search, and even on social media, try to get inspiration from those who are already in the field. We can't get up and say, all right, we want to go into the field of law, but we're following the gossip page and all sort of page. Yeah, so mindful. A little of everything is good. We have to learn how to balance. And in this day and age, again, social media is a good platform for us to advocate and get our message across. Because even as you said that you share devotional things on TikTok and you rake up 500 views, TikTok is easy to get the word out there for us to campaign more to causes.
Indeed. And I'll add this one, which is a very powerful one: tried, tested, and proven collaboration. The power of collaboration. That's a trend as well in terms of collaborating, but collaborating for a cause, because I'll share with you in our previous youth segment where we had Community Corner, we had the Agape Hope Foundation on. They reached out because one of their group members was invited to share in his capacity as a student counselor in one of the previous youth segments. And they reached out asking if they could share in the space. And I'll tell you, someone actually reached out to me to find out how they can get in touch with that group. The power of collaboration. So don't discount that, because you have some of these, you have a number of persons in your immediate circle too who might have a number of followers on these different platforms. So if you can collaborate and share your message, there are people in their audience who would be willing to be a part of your cause. So don't discount the power of collaboration. Thank you so much for the feedback, Natalie. Really great to hear that. Want to know that you're hearing them clearly. Hi, Shane Ellis, welcome. The Ellis clan is in the house. Janet, good night. Thank you for tuning in. And remember to share. If you have not yet subscribed, subscribe. We do this every week, looking at a different area. So you want to stay connected as we continue to share. All right, so we're moving on to your experience.
So, Roger, I think she wanted us to speak on, our experience so far about, bringing across our cause to our surrounding communities. So you could tell me a little bit about what your passion is and what you have been doing in your community and as a youth leader and someone that I'm sure millions of youth look up to. So you can just give me a little information about what you're doing concerning
Well,
that.
the millions of youth who look up to, that's very surprising. But anywho, Rajay is somebody who is very much passionate about youth community development, education. And since I've been working with the Jamaica Council for Persons with Disabilities, trust me, I've gained a passion for people uh, with disabilities, because I realize that there is still much to be done to include more people uh, with disabilities, certain policies, certain access for them to get around. When we talk about inclusion, we're
Mm,
celebrating Youth Month. Youth Month is November, yes, but I'm not seeing where the Ministry of Education is including more young people with disabilities to be a part of the movement, be a part um, of the discussion. Mrs. Witter would have mentioned about collaborating, and I can tell you, as president for the Clarendon Parish Youth Council, we have been out there. We would have collaborated with several organizations, because I believe that together we achieve more. We come together, we put together different ideas, perspective, yeah, and coming together we achieve more. We build even better and stronger network to address issues that we are
yeah,
facing, especially in Clarendon. I guess one of our major issue, especially among youth, is crime and violence. We would have
yeah,
partnered with several organizations last November where we worked in the Palmer's Cross community. We call it Building Bridges program through team, the acronym team training, empowerment, advocacy, and mentorship. And we have yielded some good results from that training program. We would have had persons enrolling in what you call that, the hard trust job. So they would have been assigned where they are now gainfully employed, take them out of the
yeah,
surrounding, yeah, and give them a
yeah,
different opportunity, give them a different environment to turn over their life. Yeah, and we have been
You know,
making strides.
that's actually a fabulous idea. And I remember I was asked the question while in Festival Queen and we were having training, what would I do to limit crime and violence in several communities? And I thought to myself, youth groups is the best answer because when you give the youth something to be involved in, they're less likely to get involved in crime and violence. So once you give them something to better themselves and to grow, so they have this new area to focus their energy into, a way to get qualifications so they can get employed and fit into society, they're less likely to get involved in crime and violence. But majority of youth that get involved in crime and violence as well is because they, in their eyes, they just didn't see any other opportunities based on where they were living. So it's fabulous what you're doing, Rajay. It's incredible. And I know for sure that it has impacted a lot of young people. And we just want to expand that reach and to have more persons come on board. I see Miss Twitter is with us again.
Oh, yes. Isn't it great to have leaders as part of your panel? All right, because I don't know what happened with Digicel. Digicel is not working with me this evening at all. All right, thank you so much. So you would have shared in terms of how you've been leveraging the trends for your organization. So let's get into some of the causes that you're working on specifically. Shadithia, as Miss Clarendon Festival Queen, when you were on, you were sharing that you have each parish queen has a project that they're to
Yes.
undertake their year of reign. You recently launched your project. Share with us about that project. What's the cause and how that has been going?
So the name of my project is Pay It Forward with Freshness, Purity and Love. And it is about giving back to children's homes in person of or in care of personal hygiene products. I do believe that this is important because most times when persons consider giving back, they think of food items and to do a tin drive or maybe to cook and prepare some food and spend the day with them. But there are other things that are just as important: soap, rag, lotion, shampoo, conditioner. And some persons will say to themselves that, oh, but they must have these things. No, they do not. And it's for us as a community to step in and to provide in any way that we can. I remember when I was in high school, a part of, sixth form was the elderly feast food fair. And it was a huge thing up there, Technical High, where we would come together, we would donate items, we would cook for them, and they come and we do gift baskets for them. And the elderly in the community, they looked forward to this so much. And it showed me just how much of an impact these initiatives can have, regardless of the scale that it is done on. So I want to do the same. And I specify children because the children are our future. And based on the homes that I have visited, I've seen that there is a need for this. So I didn't just sit down and say, okay, this is what I'm going to do because I need something to do. I looked at the need. And I remember before, writing anything on paper or setting anything in stone, I made a call to some children's homes and I asked them, what is it that you would say you need more than anything? And majority of the responses I got was about hygiene products. Because if these persons don't have family members that are willing to donate to them, are willing to bring stuff to them, then they just do not have it. And this can cause a number of issues. It can cause, conflict in the home, persons citing poor hygiene, that correlates with diseases and all kind of things that we want to prevent. So this is my small way of trying to make an impact. And if you like this initiative and you think that is something you want to do as well, regardless of how small it is, just do it. If you could only find a small amount of products to do one gift basket, do it because it will make a change. It will impact somebody's life positively. So that is my cause, and that is what I'm doing currently.
Awesome. And how can they reach out to you if they want to be a part of the cause?
If you want to be a part of the cause, you can reach out to me by my Instagram page. You can search for Shanisia Daily or Summer Daily. I usually see my name pop up and Miss Carolina Festival Queen will be right there. So you'll be sure that it is me. And don't forget the face. So you will see my photos. If you type in my name on Google as well, my Instagram page is also where it is. You can easily just find my page from there. And just send me a DM, send me a message, say that you want to be a part of it in whichever way. Trust me, there's something for you to do because we always need more hands on board. This is something that I don't only want to do one time. I want to continue doing it at a greater level as we go along. So feel free to reach out to me by my Instagram page. And if you know Miss Witcher personally, you can always contact her and she will definitely contact you.
All right. Fantastic. All right. Shavana, is there a specific cause that you are working on currently, whether personally or as part of your organization? Seem to be still having some connection challenges there. All right. Go ahead and share, Rajay. You have quite a bit going on through the Parish Youth Council there in Clarendon. Tell us some of the causes that you have been working on, how they've been going, and what's coming up next.
All right, one of our major cause that we have been working on since 2018, we would have realized that there is way, we still have too many cases of violence among young people. So we are in communities such as Bottom Hall. We would have worked over there in Cross, and we are now focusing on going to Effortville to do the phase 3 of our project, Building Bridges project, where the acronym, we provide training, empowerment to these young people, advocacy, and mentorship. We have realized that a lot of criminal activities that have been happening in the parish, and majority of them, sadly, is among young people. Yeah. And we want to change that. We want to show them a more positive route, yeah, where they can achieve something without, getting involved in criminal activities. But like any other organization, our major challenge is funding. That has been our major challenge. But we, the past events, we have yield some good results, as I was sharing earlier. From the 2 batches, we would have able to collaborate with Hard Trust NSD. I can big up Mr. Zika Brown, the parish manager, and we would have get some of those young people employed to agencies where they would have been no, they currently employed. I even check on one yesterday. So our aim really is to take them out of the environment as much as possible, exposing them to a different environment. They can go back into their community and be that change, help to resolve conflict in their community, because majority of the issues that stem within their communities conflict among them each other over some simple, silly things. Yeah. So during our training, our program for them, we have also conflict resolution is big on our agenda. Yeah. So we have been focusing on that. Currently, next December, December, next Sunday, rather, we will be closing off our tenure with our third staging of the Clarendon Parish Youth Award and Annual General Meeting, where we highlight and recognize and honor some of our grassroots youth leader who has given themselves, give up time, given service, yeah, to community development, youth development, education, volunteerism. And we want to say that we see you, we value you, and we honor you. Because the truth is, not everybody will be able to get a Prime Minister Youth Award or a Governor General Youth Award. Yeah. But we want to tell our young people that we see you and we know that you're not working for any form of recognition, but this is a form of motivation
Yes.
to push you forward. And before I even close on this, I can thank Mrs. win some with her, yeah, who would have being one of our main sponsor for this event. And if you permit me, I have to pick up Marita Foundation, who stepped in also. I can't forget to pick up NHG Auto, that's in Lionel, that's in New Boynes, operate over by Mr. Cousin. Real Hotel, I can't pick up every sponsor, but I just want to thank all the sponsors who have come on board because, as I mentioned earlier, one of our challenge is funding, and I realize that we get a lot of sponsors outside of the parish. The majority of our sponsors are from Kingston and not within the parish. So that is something that we're trying to work on to, be more established and might gain the confidence of our local businesses. Because even when we're doing this initiative, the Youth Crime Prevention Initiative, remember that crime also um, have an impact on our local businesses. So I'm using this platform to reach out to local businesses coming. Let us talk and see how best you can help young people within the parish.
Indeed, well said. And I have to thank the sponsors who came on board for the Area 3 Police and Stakeholders Expo so that I could just let the gift keep on giving so that I can come on board as Serenity Resource Connected to sponsor the Youth Award, because I believe it's very important. We have to keep encouraging our young people, and whatever opportunity the Serenity Resource Connector gets, we'll pass on the blessings so that we can continue as a community to thrive, because we're all in this together and we all have to remember that. All right. Thank you so much, Roche. A lot going on there, a lot of causes and a lot of trends too, because there are still a number of young people who are in the fever and want to be a part of the entrepreneurship fever. I see a lot taking place there. So that's another trend that's going on. And I noticed that it's supposed to be a workshop coming up at the Youth Innovation Center shortly too, in December, where entrepreneurship is concerned. So we want to make sure that we continue to share the information, be a part of trending for a cause. Shavana, your time to share what causes are you working on?
So good night again. I'm apologizing again for the inconvenience. So one personal that I work on is one-on-one outreach. So because I am in the field where I have asked the trainees that are trained in the field that I work in, I always encourage and I always give them motivation, especially when they're having difficulties wanting to leave the field and go outside because it's somewhat difficult. In this, we have tips that okay, if I'm having a problem, I can miss and maybe I can get an encouraging word. Or if they have animals at home and they come and say, Miss, my kid is not walking, I can give them advice on what to do. Or if I cannot help with that information, I give them reference. Another that I'm working on is I'm looking on collaboration with a company of both, where I want to create a safe space for women in agriculture. So this is where they can have community, where they can throw ideas for businesses within the agricultural sector. If they're having problems, they can have a place to go and not feel if they are done, where we have an inclusive environment where we can just grow as women in agriculture, not on a power the men, but to show that we are also capable. So those are what I'm working on right now.
All right. I trust that you all heard everything that Shabana just said. I'm going to have to watch to see what went on there. For some reason, I'm not hearing you from this end, Shabana, but I saw that you were sharing quite a bit, and you would have shared some with me in terms of what you're working on. So, Raje, you would have shared before in terms of what's coming up, and you made your plea for the business community to come on board. And there's so many things that are happening, and the thing is that we can all play a part, no matter how small or insignificant it is, it will make a big difference. All right. So we can't just come here and share what it is that we are working on and how we are seeking to trend without leaving some tips with our young people based on what you have seen. But before we even go there, Rajay, your organization has been doing quite a bit, very active on social media. And as I said, the YouTube label that is there, the youth, how it's spelled, that's where that comes from. Because I've seen it quite a number of times. The play on youth, the YOU, youth. Where did that come from?
I think that originated, if my memory serves me right, from our former public relations officer, Rona Ludford. The youth, yeah, we're applying, we're appealing to youth, yes, but we're also appealing to you, who is a youth, yeah. So we emphasize on the YOU caps.
Yes, and I think that's very powerful because when I saw it, I was like, oh, this is a great one to use because that's really what it's all about. Trending for what was it? What are you trending for? So what are you trending for? What are you trending for? So yeah, I think that's a good one. And it really speaks to, I'm sure the young, well, I got it, and I'm sure the younger demographics will totally understand it. Shaban, I hope you didn't miss that. Janelle is saying hi to you in the comments, so make sure you say hi to Janelle. All right, so we need to leave some tips for our young people. Yes, there are all these different trends, and I would have shared before that each of us have a unique cause, a unique position, unique personality, and we really are not to be trying to be somebody else. I'm not the ticking and talking, but that doesn't mean that I can't use TikTok to advocate for a cause, and it works. It's just about embracing the unique you, and utilizing that the best way you know how, and collaborating for the cause because it's about the coming together. That's how we actually get to build that momentum and get things done at a greater level. The power of your network, utilizing that. So I'm going to allow you all now to share what would be your tips for youth. They have this passion for maybe dancing, but you can use that for a specific cause. Uh, let's see, Shavana, let's hear some more of you. How else do you see our youth utilizing their gifts, dancing, singing, whatever it is, to actually advocate advocate for specific causes?
I think your mic is mute, Shavana. Yeah, good.
You know? Okay, so they can use their gifts, as I was stating before, in this and where we are saying that you can use your gifts even from other state. What you are doing be so want. In this that there is some brand and planting something because there would be a mixture of both fields. Person would want person is person to use integrations. Some is singing about something in a field and the song is catchy. You may try it. So this is where play and the emotions of person. So the song is catchy. You sing it until
Thank you so much for sharing. Right, Reggie?
Can you repeat the question?
All right. What tips can you share with the youth on how they can utilize these trends to advocate for specific causes?
All right, as I mentioned earlier, tips for young people to advocate this trend. As I mentioned earlier, we are in the age, the day and age where social media, everybody now is on social media. Maybe even if me check it, my mother is on TikTok, yeah, and Facebook and the Instagram. Uh, but I think they currently, if my memory serves me right, they now have a trend that I see just yesterday on the different social media platforms, speaking to gender-based violence. Yeah, which I believe, let me just use the opportunity. I believe that is a conversation that we need to have now, especially with young people as early as possible. Based on my experience, a part of the Freetown Foundation session, I'm telling you, we see and hear some eye-opening thing. And let me use the opportunity to also say that gender-based violence does not only affect females. We have males that are victims of gender-based violence. So, social media uh, is a powerful tool we can use for good and bad. And I encourage my young people, anything that we want to get across, advocate for. Yeah. On social media can be used as a powerful tool to get our message across and reach our target audience. I realized even on Twitter, I realized when my followers, want to get their message across. So, for an example, Flow or NCB, they're always on the back. They go on the Twitter, yes, and they steer the issue. And you see this company always try their best to resolve the issue as quick as possible. Yeah. And what's crazy, when I talk to young people and I always ask them what you can do, them always say them not have a talent. But everybody have a talent, and I can't stop talking about the whole trending dancing on Twitter, on what you call it,
TikTok.
the TikTok. Yeah, can't stress enough. That's a good platform to market yourself, brand yourself. I'm sure the young people them know about the Rebel, the TC, and the Pretty Pretty, yeah, who would have taken that platform, and trust me, they're out there doing their thing and earning from it.
All right. Some great points you raised there, Reggie. One of the things that you mentioned is in terms of using the platform to advocate for changes. So that's one of the things that I not just young people, but a number of Jamaicans don't believe that they have the power to be a part of that advocacy for change. You're waiting on someone to advocate for you, but that's another powerful use of the platform. And that's a trend too, where you see more people utilizing that forum, because when you go on and you see the number of people from Northern Clarendon every day reaching out because they're out of electricity, and it's being seen across the platform. And as you said, the entities do respond because it's no longer someone getting the report inside and they deal with it at their own pace. This thing is out there for all to see, so it has to be dealt with. So that's a powerful way to advocate for a cause because you have a community that's lacking in certain resources and certain basic facilities, amenities, and they can utilize that to advocate for changes. So great, great one. Shanicia,
All right.
on the way.
Before I share my tips, I'm going to add to something that Reggie said earlier about, advocating for change. There was a friend of mine who he was unable to get a job because of his hair. He had really long hair, and he decided that instead of keeping this to himself because he thought it was unfair that he was being kept out of workplaces because of his hair. And he made a video about it, and it went viral on TikTok. And of course, majority of the Jamaican society defending him and saying, seriously, this is unfair. It doesn't make any sense. And from there, somebody was able to reach out to him, give him a contact for someone who was able to find him a job. So that's just how powerful TikTok is and social media is if you use it correctly. So here's my advice. As someone who learns a lot about social media in university, I will tell you, I said it before, share. Share your information. Find your niche. So what is it that you are interested in? Is it something that you can generate capital from? And almost everything you can generate capital from. So find your niche, ask yourself some basic questions. How can I benefit from this? Who can I help by doing this? And then you start making your content, whether it be videos or even if it's just a picture of you doing whatever it is you do, share that with the rest of the world. I'm pretty sure that even if it is one individual who sees what you are doing and wants to come on board, you too will still be able to make an impact. So share, collaborate, find your niche. And I would also say is learn a little bit about the social media sites that you are using. We have several social media sites, Instagram, TikTok, you have Twitter, and all serve different purposes. But it's important for you to know how to use these social media pages correctly. For example, with Instagram, remember your hashtags. You can reach the correct person based on your hashtags. For TikTok, I would say remember to ask these institutions. For example, what Mr. was talking about with the electricity situation, when they post it, they're tagging persons of influence, they're tagging institutions that they know can help them to make the change. So tag persons of influence if there's something going on that's on a bigger scale. So be careful of how you tag and how you hashtag your post. The right people see based on what exactly your hashtag says, etc. You realize that majority of the viral videos you see on TikTok, they have FYP, hashtag FYP, and that is short for you page. And because of that hashtag right there, if you go to your for you page, you realize that it comes up on majority of our pages, and it's because of the hashtag. So we have to be very careful of how we, use our hashtags and who we tag when we're posting. Also, be extremely careful with your caption. You want to be clear. You want people to understand what you are trying to say. You cannot post a picture at church and you're trying to ask people to come to your church fair, but the caption you just post a picture of your church and you put "Come have a good time." When should we come have a good time? How do we get there? Do we need tickets? What's going so ensure that when you're putting your captions there, details the person know exactly what you're doing. And that is something I actually had to learn, during my process as queen. I often just post pictures under something short and slight as a caption, and I was so no, persons need to know, what exactly you were doing. So you visited a school today. Why were you there? What did you do today? So ensure that you're careful with your captions. And I would say put yourself out there. Though I know it's very hard, not to be shy, especially when we have persons who participate in cyberbullying and things of that sort. But put up a brave face and put your content out there and just share it with the world. You don't know what can come from it. I saw persons who start braiding hair in their bedroom and now they have a salon that they're working with. And you can even learn so much as well. For example, you have persons who do farming and they're giving information. So they might post a picture and somebody say, okay, but I have this amount of land in my backyard. I'm not sure how to set it up, and they make a next video telling them how to do that. So just learn from it. Don't use TikTok only to be distracted and for laughs. There's so much that you can learn on these several platforms. And I keep saying TikTok because it's the most
Yeah.
popular one for me. And it's the one that I use the most, if I'm being honest. The last thing I do before I go to bed is go to my TikTok and watch some videos until I'm ready to sleep. So TikTok is very, very influential. And a lot of us, we create TikTok content, and that is the content that we post everywhere else. I don't know about you, Reggie, or for me, I will make a video on TikTok, but I may not post it on TikTok because Instagram is where my, followers are. I will post that video on Instagram from TikTok. So even if it's just use it for the editing, but yeah, make use of these sites, learn from them, and just try to expand your brand. And if you have a cause, use it to promote, promote, promote. Talk about it. Use the right hashtags. Tag the right people. And I am pretty sure that you may get one or two persons reaching out. So that is my advice to you.
And Mrs. Sweet, if I just add in a couple
Sure.
seconds, because I know that the time is winding down, would have seen a controversial topic, even though my stance is not with the Ministry of Education, where there was an issue at a school where
Yeah.
the fan was very much a hazard in that institution, and a young man, I get to understand, would have posted, and it went viral, and he was suspended. However, from that comes action, because the school would have put out a release that the fan was fixed, even though the fan was there for quite a while and it was a hazard to the students. If that didn't
Yes.
video did not release into the public space, then maybe that fan would be fixed. Maybe it could fall on a student, a student
That
gets
is so
injured.
true.
So I must commend the young man, even though the school would have suspended you. But that's a form of advocacy, yes, and because of that, your fellow schoolmates a bit more safer, less hazard. So commendation to that young man. Ministry, you're wrong.
Yeah. But this is a good one you brought up, because there are different ways to address matters. Because it could have brought it to the attention of someone else, bearing in mind the rules of the school, and he could have still gotten the same result and not be in the pickle that he's in right now. So even though we are saying, yes, if he didn't put it out there, then maybe it would not have been fixed. Just remember, there are different ways to get things done. And it's always good to utilize and seek wisdom in whatever you do, all right? Because at the end of the day, you want it to be a win-win situation where the fan gets fixed, because the ultimate objective is for the fan to be fixed. But there are different ways for us to get it done. And so I would only add to what you all shared, just to remind you, as you go out there, just be you, right? And the best you, not because some of us are not at the place that we ought to be as yet, based on our exposure or different environment. So we continue to observe and learn from others. And one of the things too, along this journey that I've come to discover, trends are always changing. So we have to be open and receptive to receiving feedback, because a lot of what I've done changes, tweaking outside of the research that I would have done, observations. Guests make recommendations. And I usually ask, do you have any recommendation? I reach out to you all, what you think about this topic, right? Because, yes, because like a number of people reaching out to me now, this is some great content that you have on YouTube, and more people really need to see it. But there are different areas of social media that we have to explore. But I'm going to have to get the technical people in so that we can get some of these videos going viral. So right now, this one is both on YouTube, so it's streaming simultaneously on YouTube and Facebook via StreamYard. So each leg of the journey, you learn and you improve on what it is that you're doing. And it's great when you have people reaching out to say, hey, this is great stuff that you're doing. And that is what we want, because people are willing to come on board to take your hand and help you to take you to the next leg of the journey. So as Shanicia said, just get started, start creating content, which is what I did. Now I'm so many thousands of videos now. I have contents for days. If I don't record another one of these videos, I can get a myriad of short form videos, educational videos that I can share on TikTok and all over the place. So the important thing is to get started, focus on your cause, don't get distracted, and put on your dancing video because you want to draw attention. You're going to draw attention, yes, but people might not necessarily be interested in the content that you're creating, but the dance move that you are displaying. So we have to be focused on the cause, and the right people will come. So let me thank you again for showing interest in being a part of this platform. I don't know about anyone else. I think I saw, who was it? Julie Mango shared it, that when youth connect with whatever you're doing, it is very powerful. And I endorse that. And I want to thank you all for wanting to be a part of the Serenity Resource Connector platform, because it makes me feel really mushy inside that I'm able to connect with you, the youth. That being said,
Mrs. Swita, before you close, let
yes,
me just add, me connecting, a youth with the Freetown Foundation. Yes, stepping out a little out of my Parish Road Council title. But December the 22nd, the Freetown Foundation will be having their holiday hope at the Freetown Church of God of Prophecy. That's right there in the Freetown Square, starting at 11 o'clock. We're inviting all the children within that vicinity to come out. Those who watch it and would like to reach out to sponsor the cause, whether with some gift items for the children or food items, anything, you can simply reach out to us through even Instagram, type in Freetown Foundation, and you send us a message right there to see if you can give a child or children some hope for for the holiday.
see the power of collaboration. Freetown Foundation was featured here some time ago in this space, and this is what we do. We want to make sure that we continue to enrich the community and just to highlight whatever is happening as we go. So thank you again, Raje, Shanicia, Shabana was having some challenges, but she shared some really awesome information. And let me thank you, our viewers live and those who will be watching the replay. And just remember to subscribe, set your notification, and share so that others can be aware of what exactly is happening and learn some of these insights and be empowered as they utilize the social media space as they trend. Just remind them, hashtag trend for a cause and a positive cause. Let me put that out there. All right. Thank you again. Have a fantastic rest of the evening, and we look forward to seeing you soon in this space. Have a great night.